Let's take a trip to the USA, where the power of the Donald reigns supreme, and poor old bumbling Joe Biden, well, he's back at the beach house. Meanwhile, Jacinda Arden is in all sorts of trouble in New Zealand. Joining me now to discuss the latest international news is Sky News contributor Kosha Gada. Kosha, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Before we get into the latest from the US and China, let's go across the ditch to New Zealand and the darling of the left, the queen of performative caring, Jacinda Arden. She's in a little bit of trouble. There are all sorts of allegations of bullying, a dramatic drop in poll numbers showing New Zealanders are perhaps, finally waking up to the fact that she's all style and little substance.
This is another example of, I think, sometimes the shine wears off if there's a little bit more fluff and celebrity, essentially, to these leaders, and not much else. You saw similar things with Kamala Harris, for example, where she also had allegations of bullying and staff leaving, and even outside the political arena with like Meghan Markle and examples like that. So, I think at some point when the system believes that the usefulness of some of these leaders is maybe reaching their expiry point, I wouldn't be surprised to see these kinds of stories come out.
Well, I am a little bit surprised, only because anytime I've been to New Zealand, I've noticed just how glowing the media coverage is of Jacinda Arden. There's hardly any criticism from that local media. And she has also had the international adulation as well, and very little in the way of opposition. So she's had a fairly golden run. But if these poll numbers are accurate, she's in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, and I think, sometimes with people from the left of the aisle, since the media is very friendly with them, they often can lose touch with reality. And then when things get too bad on the ground, like beyond the point of being able to deny them, and we're seeing this with the economy and inflation and all sorts of issues around the world, then sometimes it's a little bit of a shock to them because they're used to very friendly media, and then when that hits them, it's something tricky for them to handle. So yeah, I think she might be getting a little bit of a reality check, and if the poll numbers reflect the feelings of the citizens on the ground, then she's going to have to either pivot, and if she can't, she might find herself facing some competition from somebody who's willing to.